Isolation Protocol Day 141. Oh boy. Yeah, nuts. Anyhow, it's been a while, so let's see, where did I end up? Uh, did I talk about my daughter's birthday yet? I don't think so. We had a distance birthday party. She sat in, she and her hubby sat in folding chairs in the driveway and used her tailgate as a table, and I sat on my porch about probably about 10 feet away and up a level. um, and we had hamburgers together. Yay! Happy birthday, kid. And the dogs were underneath the porch, and yeah, they got a couple of leftover bites of hamburger too. uh, let's see what else. Yeah, I threw her present into the bed of her truck. It's all right, it was just yarn. So, didn't break anything, didn't knock over her drink. That's why I didn't want to toss it to her, because I, I can't throw worth a darn. Uh, let's see, what else? Um, Today is August 4th. It is the 1 year anniversary of my mom's passing, and I have been breaking down in tears all day. So um, this is going to be short. Let's see, what else? Sweater. Yep, sweater's coming together. Sleeves are on. I need to finish sewing one side seam and then put the neck on. I'd open it up and show you, but it's black. It's not much to see. Um, and it is Tuesday, which means it is 2-Minute Tuesday. I have not been able to do as much writing as I'd hoped, and what I have written, I took a look at, and it's like, oh, this is awful. It's going to need a lot of editing. So instead, I'm going to read you, um, I used to think, from my book of short stories, GASP. I will put a link in the comments if you would like to take a look at that. And while I'm thinking about it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you can catch up on some more of the stories. Uh, and that's about it. Let's go. I used to think, but that was before I started school. When I was 4, Mom and Dad bought a new refrigerator. I was so excited when it was delivered. It came wrapped in a spaceship. That corrugated capsule took me to the moon, to Mars, and to half the stars in the Milky Way. And the best part about having a corrugated spaceship is that when Dad couldn't fix it anymore, it was recyclable. Well, except for the duct tape. Dad said the recycle truck guys would take it to a place to be made into a whole new spaceship for some other kid to go exploring in. I asked Dad if we could go to the recycle place and get a new spaceship. He said no, so I asked him if we could go to the refrigerator store and get one. He just laughed and said, I don't think so. We lived in a big house at the edge of a deep, dark jungle. A wild branch of the Nile, or maybe it was the Amazon, flowed through the center of our yard. I had to be very careful only to step on the rocks because of the crocodiles. And if it wasn't the crocodiles, there were the piranha to worry about. Those man-eating fish could gobble up every stick I poked into the river. I told my brother that there were dangerous piranha out there, but he never believed me. He already had the think drained out of him. He was in 2nd grade. I told him I would show him. I told him I would catch one of those Nile crocodiles, or at least a piranha, and he shook his head and said, I don't think so. We had hobbits in our yard, too. I know because my sister read it in a book. I asked her what she was reading one night, and so she read me the beginning. It said hobbits live in holes in the ground. I always thought that we had gophers, but after that, I knew we had hobbits. I guess they're a little bit like rabbits, but they look like people. Sis laughed at me and said, There are no hobbits in my backyard. I asked why she could be so sure. She said I would learn about hobbits when I went to school. I told her that if they taught about hobbits in school, then there must be hobbits in our yard. But the think had been drained out of her because she said, I don't think so. Then, last summer, Mom and Dad said it was my turn to go to school soon. I didn't want to go. I saw what happened. Dad said there was no problem with me going to school. He said the think would never leave me, but I knew better. My brother didn't think about anything like piranha in the backyard. He only thought about baseball and something called social studies. My sister didn't think hobbits were real. She only thought about James Vandermeer and algebra. I cried all day on the first day of school. Most of the first week, too. I kept looking for the machine that drained the think out of people. I was pretty sure it was behind the door that said custodian. One day, my 3-year-old cousin came over to play. He said there was a monster in the closet, and before I knew it, I said, I don't think so. Somehow, sometime when I wasn't looking, the school had drained the think right out of me. And that is I Don't Think So from my book GASP. Uh, Gonna make this a short one today, so that is all for today. I'm trying to get onto a Zoom call with all my sisters and my brothers so that we can commiserate and cry on our virtual shoulders. So, see you later. I will probably see you next on Friday. Thursday. Oh, wait. Thursday is the Fantasy Fiends podcast. And on Mondays, they have been doing Dungeons and Dragons games, and they are hilarious. Absolutely the funniest things ever. They have a character who is um, inhabited by the spirits of a whole slew of characters, of souls, rather. And so whenever they have guest players on, the guest player plays that character as pretty much anything they want to play. That character has been um, WWE wrestlers. It's been a grandmother, and it's been all. Oh, anyhow, last night it was a detective. Yes, and was it Donovan? Dirk Donovan, something like that. I don't remember the detective, which detective it was. It wasn't Sam Spade, but the guy talked like it was film noir. I was laughing so hard, just absolutely so hard. He kept breaking the fourth wall and talking and narrating whatever was happening and what he was thinking. And it was, oh my gosh, so funny. Even if you have never played Dungeons and Dragons and have no interest in the game, you really should watch these episodes because they are so funny. Just it's a small story that happens as they're traveling along. They meet up with creatures. Yesterday's episode was the aftermath of the talking wolves that they had met earlier. So, well, created earlier when they accidentally threw some souls into them. So, whatever. Anyhow, yeah, it's absolutely hilarious. So I will leave a link for that too, so you can check out the Fantasy Fiends podcast. I cannot recommend that one enough. It is really a lot of fun. All right, so that's what I do on Thursday, which is why the next time I will see you will be on Friday. Bye.